Hi guys, in this episode of Ray Decay, I am excited to be reacting to TNX's first comeback, Love or Die. After that group surprised me with their debut, considering how long I was anticipating to react to it, I'm now really excited to find out what they're gonna serve me with for their first comeback, because for their debut, I really enjoyed it. But there's a particular part of the song that I really enjoy, and it's that particular part of the song which I've replayed so many times, it's insane. The rest of the song is still like pretty good, but those like rap parts in the second third of the song are so good, dude. That flow from one member to another is amazing, and it's so fast paced and energetic, and it's so good. And it reminds me so much of Stray Kids, which is something that I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my reaction to TNX. And if I remember correctly, they are one of the groups from that team up collaboration group creation that GYP and I think Psy did. So we still are waiting, I guess, for the GYP group to debut. I don't know when. I assume this year is when they're gonna debut. And I'm really curious to see what they're gonna debut with in comparison to the current main boy group of JYP, Stray Kids, because TNX already feels very Stray Kids-esque. The sound is different enough, like it has different influences, it's under a different company, so it has a different vibe. But the kind of, I guess, idea and structure of it and the things that I enjoy about it are very much the same things that I like about Stray Kids, like the fast-paced and energetic rapping, the great dancing, and the general, like, not boy crush. I mean, I guess would that be what would be called that style, like boy crush? If girl crush is when girl groups do edgy stuff, then is it boy crush when boy groups do edgy stuff? I don't know. Let's call it that, I guess. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this one's going to be. I'm gonna say now that it's probably gonna be something a little bit more emotional based on the title. I kind of feel like it's going to be, but even if it is, that's probably a good thing, because I love hard-hitting songs that also have a lot of emotion in the song. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up loving this one. Or I'm gonna die, who knows. Before we get into the reaction though, I do want to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon or Coffee account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so at a specific tier, you can also potentially demand me to do a reaction to a group, album, or a specific music video. Everything is explained over there, so you can go look it up, but you can also just stick with these, watching these YouTube videos and simply liking them. That is also greatly appreciated. Anyway, enough chit chat. Without further ado, let's get into TNX's Love or Die in 3, 2, 1. 너는 노출라 눈에 맘에 흉터를 남기지 너를 봐도 몰라짐에 묻혀진 뇌절 같은 거 너와 다른 모습을 하고 새겨를 원하니 같은 말들 내이면서 Already liking the energy and the fast pace. 너는 나를 밀어내 넌 멀어지길 바래 우리 서로 나눈 메시지 받대 I'm surprised by how much they're managing to stand out sound-wise from every other boy group right now. This is definitely different from their debut, which I guess kind of happy about, because they're not just sticking to one sound, so there's some variety we can see in their music. But I do not think it's quite as good as their first song. But I'm gonna talk about it more afterwards. It's definitely not bad though. I also really like their dancing, man. I love how much altitude their dancing has. It's like very much of the Stray Kids and 80s level of dancing, with a little bit of that big hit style of like very attitude based dancing as well. They do remind me of E818 in this comeback. Even sound-wise, I can also see some similarities, especially if you compare this to something like Drunk and Dazed by E818. The only difference being that this is debatably better produced, because it doesn't shove shit ton of autotune into the song for no reason. And sometimes it works, like in the case of Drunk and Dazed for E818, but a lot of the time it's just an unnecessary autotune. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. This is a video about TNX, not E818. So, I was right that this song was definitely a little bit more emotional, I guess. Not really particularly much, but it was there. Ultimately, I feel like this song, I'm going to explain my feelings in detail, but I will put it short in the sense that ultimately this song feels kind of like what I would expect the B-side quality would be for TNX B-sides. And from what I remember, I reacted to TNX's B-sides, but I honestly haven't really listened to any of them since. Not because I didn't enjoy them, I genuinely honestly don't remember how I felt about them. It's been a while. I was reacting to a lot of songs that day, so I probably kind of just gone on autopilot when I was reacting to that. But I definitely don't remember them being bad or anything. I just don't remember what they sounded like. But this is kind of what the quality of TNX B-sides feels like it should be. It just feels kind of like a little bit of a filler B-side, for lack of a better term, because I feel like their debut song was like really impactful and really in your face and really hard hitting, and I'm not necessarily looking for this song to be hard hitting. I just feel like this one doesn't have the impact of the first song. It just feels like it's far more like chill and laid back, which if it was a summer song, which this kind of feels like it would have fit as, I would have been okay with it. But this is the beginning of 2023. Why are you releasing this kind of like low impact kind of summer vibe-ish song right now? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I still find it pretty enjoyable. It's still catchy. It still has, I don't know what to call it, but it still has that twang to it that I also enjoyed in their debut. So I think overall I'm gonna enjoy it. It's just that I'm disappointed that it doesn't feel anywhere near as impactful as their release. Like, that's the one thing that it's lacking. But I do genuinely like the vibe, and I feel like long term I'm probably gonna end up enjoying the vibe quite a lot, because it reminds me of, I don't know what group in particular, but it generally kind of reminds me of K-pop back in 2018, kind of. Like, it reminds me of like summer releases, like 80s what was the song that goes Hakuna Matata yo, eo, eo. I forgot the name of that song, but it reminds me a lot of that song by 80s, so there's that. But yeah, we're still gonna listen to it a second time before I say my final thoughts, but so far, I enjoy it, but I am slightly disappointed, but it's fine. I don't want to just leave this on like a negative note. I want to look at it from a more positive perspective. Because again, it's not a bad song. This is still probably going to end up being like at the very least an 8.2 out of 10, which is still a very high score, but I just was expecting something as impactful as their debut, which usually kind of causes me to not enjoy releases as much as I should be, but it is how I approach things, and there's not much I can do to change it, so yeah, I don't know. Let's get into it again and see how I'm going to feel about it after a second listen in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I like the vibe, I like the bass, and I like the catchiness for sure. I think it's gonna be a grower as well. Oh yeah, this is so, honestly, kind of genuinely so much better on the second listen. I already liked it, but here I was like really into it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is better on second listen. Like when you know exactly what you're getting into, it's so much better. Like yeah, it's far more chill, but it's also so enjoyable. That dance move there was so cool. Like their dancing is awesome. I love it. Dude, I'm loving this so much more on the second listen. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm so much more into the vibe on the second listen. I already liked it, but now I'm into it. I think this group might end up being one of my favorite groups ever. If you can do such different vibes for your first two songs and I enjoy them, it bodes well for your future and for my future as a fan of your group. Because like it shows that they have the versatility and it's not the specific sound that they're going for that I am enjoying, but their actual like skills of singing and rapping. And I definitely think that's the case. With how much I'm enjoying their voices and how they sound and how they flow and general rhythm and everything, and with how much I enjoy their dancing, I think I'm genuinely falling for the group. Not for the style, but for the group, which I'm happy about. I'm never going to be against getting more groups to love as much as I love groups like Stray Kids and 80s, you know? I love having groups for which I can listen to any song of theirs and enjoy it, which is the case for the most part with 80s and Stray Kids. It's only occasionally that we have like a B-side or two that I kind of just don't care about, but I don't hate them, I just don't listen to them for the most part. But yeah, on this second listen, it's just insane how much more I was into it. It's like all of a sudden my biases against this song and my expectations were gone, and I was completely able to enjoy it for what it is, which is how you should enjoy music, honestly. You shouldn't really bias yourself against it just because you wanted something else. Or at least if you bias yourself like that, try to at least recognize that that's the case. And I do recognize that I was kind of biased against this song because I was hoping for something like the debut, but the fact that they've done something different from the debut, and I love it, honestly bodes well better for them because it means that they have the talents to do different styles and for people to enjoy them, you know? But yeah, I honestly really like this one. The second listen definitely raised the rating, I'm not gonna lie. In some ways, I kind of want to give it a 10 out of 10 because compared to the first song, it feels like it's more consistent in terms of its quality. Because the debut song, like I said, there's a specific part of that song that I really, really enjoy. That being the rap verses in the second third of the song. Those parts are like a 10 out of 10 for me. The rest of the song is still like a pretty solid like 9.4 out of 10, but those specific parts are like 10 out of 10 perfect. For this song though, even though the average score is not quite a 10 out of 10, it's far more consistent from the beginning to the end. Like there's no part in the song where it's like really, really good, whereas other parts are like okay. Like it's pretty consistently really fun throughout, which is why I kind of want to give it, I mean, I don't know, 9.3 out of 10. Like, I had a lot of fun with this song. I still think it's the wrong time of the year to release this song. I feel like this would be really good to release during the summer. I would play the shit out of it during the summer, and I'll still play the shit out of it, but it feels more fitting for a summer release rather than a winter one. But I really, really like it. It's really, really catchy. I love the fast pace of it. The fact that it starts off in a fast pace definitely helps me get into it more because it instantly makes me entertained. So then when it kind of slows down for the chorus, it already has won me over in a way, so it has the benefit. It basically has made it so I allow it to slow down a little bit because I'm already into the song. I've already fallen in love with it. But yeah, really, really fun song. I'll probably be reacting to the B-sides, although I do not guarantee when I will be doing that because I already have a lot of albums that I want to react to, even if I've decided to react to albums more frequently nowadays. It's still gonna be a while, especially because I've taken to reacting to new 2023 releases in K-pop, despite the fact that I haven't finished reacting to most K-pop releases from 2022, so I've kind of mixed up my schedule, so it's probably gonna be like months, like maybe even a year until I get to react to the B-sides of this album, but I probably will check it out. It depends on how I feel about the B-sides of the first album after I kind of look back on it, because I genuinely have forgotten how the songs sound. And again, that's not to shit on the album or anything. I genuinely was probably kind of overworked, so my brain just didn't really save them permanently. Just kind of went inside into this year and went out on the other. Yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think about this song? Comment thoughts down below, let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 4 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corby Dead, and Drew. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!